how developed do you think Korea is compared to Europe or your home country?
I mean, the first thing that comes to my mind is technology. Like South Korea is just way ahead of, Australia in particular in terms of technology.
They are way more in the future, electronic and all this stuff. You have 5G here, this kind of far behind.
Quite similar to Switzerland, but
All right, guys, thank you so much for doing this. Can you briefly introduce yourself?
Hello, I am Jenny. I am 37 from Australia. Yeah, this is my first time to South Korea.
And I'm Ash, 31, first time to South Korea from Australia, Brisbane, Queensland.
So what was your impression of Korea?
Big, beautiful city. I feel like everywhere's so vastly different. I love that you have these amazing gardens that we're in, but then you can walk 5-10 minutes up the road and you're just surrounded by big buildings. Love all the shops. People seem really, really cool as well. And the food, amazing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think the fashion, everyone here is very fashionable. We don't feel trendy enough to be in South Korea.
So for girls or boys or for both? Okay.
Both. When we're walking behind everyone, everyone dresses very uniquely, so looking really different. Whereas in Australia, we all wear the same kind of outfits. So
Usually t-shirts and shorts.
Yeah.
I also think there's a lot of you can see how confident people are as well here.
Yes.
In their own identity, and I really love that. Yeah.
Okay. I know that Australia is a great country and it is very developed compared to other countries. So how well developed do you think Korea is compared to your own country?
I mean, the first thing that comes to my mind is technology. I feel like South Korea is just way ahead of, Australia in particular in terms of technology.
I think one thing we have been speaking about is South Korea seems very accessible for anyone with disabilities. For example, when you're crossing the road, you have the lighting strip on the floor to visibly let people know when to go and different things that we don't have in Australia.
Yeah.
I think all of your pathways have ramps, I've noticed, whereas in Australia not a lot of places have ramps, so if you were in a wheelchair or using crutches or something, it is quite difficult to get around. We're a little bit behind in that.
What would you say Korea's weakest point then?
We've only been here for 2 days, so everything's been very positive.
Okay.
Yeah, I would agree.
Nothing much?
No, not at this stage, no. I think it's been amazing, yeah.
Okay.
We feel horrible that we have come here and we don't know your language, and we should know your language, but we don't. Yeah.
So, do you feel Korea's cheap compared to Australia?
I would say it's quite similar actually. Maybe slightly cheaper, but then I think it also depends on where you go as well. Okay. So similar to in Australia, we would have certain hubs and certain areas that are probably considered quite trendy and would have high-end fashion and high-end stores. And then I would say it's similar here as well, like a lot of the restaurants we've been to. Yeah.
I think, coffees and everything have been the same kind of same price as Australia. Yeah.
So I think my last question would be, would you consider living in Korea if you had the chance?
Absolutely, 100%. Yep.
Okay.
We would have to learn the language.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So what would you say that?
I have lived in New Zealand before. I've visited a lot of countries around the world, and there's something about these big cities that always draw me to them. The food, the culture, everything. I could definitely see myself living somewhere like here. Love it. Really love it. Yeah.
And it seems very safe too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really nice place. Being out late at night, there's always a lot of people around, and everything's still open. That's lovely. Yeah, lots happening.
So have you noticed people just leave their stuff everywhere and no one really takes it, in the cafes or stores?
Yes.
I have a couple of friends back at home who are from South Korea, and some advice that they gave me before I left was that you will find that you can leave stuff on a table and walk away, and it's very safe, and people are very respectful of that, which absolutely blows our mind because it's not like that back at home. But I really love the trust and the respect for everyone and everyone's space. It's really nice to see.
So thank you guys so much for the interview. I hope you have a great travel here.
Thank you so much.
감사합니다.
Oh, yeah. That was really good. Good pronunciation.
Thank you.
Can you say it as well?
I need one more.
감사합니다.
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 Thank you so much for the interview. Can you briefly introduce yourself?
My name is Simona Ciriet. I'm from Switzerland, and I work here as a volunteer for a travel agency.
Okay. So were you originally interested in Korea itself, or was it just the work?
No, first I wanted to go to Japan and applied for the job there, but I didn't got the job. Yeah, Korea was the second plan, but I'm happy that I'm here now and I like it so far.
I would think that you are interested in Asia in general.
Yes, not really deeply interested. I didn't really know what will expect me, but I like the adventure and I just try it out.
Right. You said you've been here for about 2 weeks so far. So what's your impression of Korea so far?
It's in general, overall, it's a good impression, but it's really different from what I know in Europe because it's my first time in Asia. Yeah, the people are more shy than in Switzerland, and that's something I have to get used to.
Right.
That the people are not that open and.
So you mentioned before the interview that you are from a small town that consists of only 3,000 people. So maybe that's probably why you feel that way, because Seoul is such a big city and people barely, talk to each other or interact with each other.
Yeah, that's probably the reason. But also in bigger Swiss cities, the people are more open and talk more to each other, or also in other European cities, which are bigger. It's kind of different, yeah.
So, compared to Switzerland, your home country, how developed do you think Korea is?
Quite similar to Switzerland, because Switzerland is also really developed. But I think in some ways Korea is further developed, like with technical things, with robots and everything. We don't really have that in Switzerland.
Can you give me like a specific example of when you felt that?
When I went to a museum, there was a robot who gives you information and everything, and never see this before.
What do you think is Korea's strongest point that you noticed?
They are really fast growing, but that's maybe also a weakness because the things are not that thought through, but they are good in doing things fast. Yeah.
Are you perhaps referring to the culture of 빨리빨리?
Yeah. I also have to get used to this. I thought Switzerland is a fast culture and everything has to be fast, but even faster in Korea.
Where do you usually hear about the 빨리빨리 culture? Is that like on the internet?
No, people I talked to, they told me about it. So Korean people. Yeah, yeah.
They all say, they have to do like works fast and that kind of thing?
Yes, and most of them don't like it. That's interesting.
So in terms of price, do you think Korea is cheap?
It's not cheap, but I'm used to Switzerland, so it's for me it's kind of cheap. It depends on which price. Yeah, you can. The thing is, in Switzerland you don't have the really cheap restaurants or anything. Not a lot of street food, and here you can get things cheaper because you have the places to get it.
Yeah. What's your favorite Korean food?
It's bibimbap.
Bibimbap.
Yes.
Why is that your favorite food?
Because it's not fried, so it's a little bit healthy. Okay. And
are you vegetarian?
I used to be, but it's hard in Korea to be a vegetarian.
It is true.
And also that's the reason why I like bibimbap, because it's no meat in it.
So I think my last question would be, in order for Korea to grow into a more developed country, what do you think has to be done?
I think Korean people have to slow down a little bit, and they have to look further in the future, because I think they're planning a lot for the moment and for the next year or next 2 or 3 years, but not in long term. Okay.
So maybe you're perhaps saying that Korean people generally tend to be kind of short-sighted rather than being like looking ahead of time.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I meant. Yeah.
Okay. So thank you so much for the interview, and I hope you have a great. How long are you gonna be here?
6 months
Okay,
till March.
so great 6 months here.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the interview. Can you introduce yourself, your name, your nationality?
Yeah, no problem. So my name is Alex. I'm from Belarus. Yeah, I'm a software engineer.
Okay. So what made you come to Korea?
My friend, she's kind of into the Korean culture, and yeah, I just trying to support, also explore the new country. I never been in this part of the globe actually.
Right. So would you say you're into Korean culture as well?
So far, yes.
Okay.
I really like your food.
Right.
It's a big part of my life because at home I also quite often order
Can you quickly tell me what's your favorite Korean food?
kimchi fried rice
Fried rice.
and Sprite.
They have that in Belarus as well.
Probably in Belarus as well, but currently I'm living in another country, but in Europe. But they have it as well.
Like what's your impression of Korea?
So the first thing I noticed is their architecture. So it's very eclectic. From our window from the hotel, it's totally different buildings could stay right next to each other, and this is kind of interesting. I never seen it before, probably nowhere. Also, I noticed that there is very little amount of trash bins outside, so you have to carry in your trash all day. You have really beautiful and pretty people, especially in the subway. I feel a bit embarrassed that I'm not belong to the society.
I don't think that. But so you're from Europe. How developed do you think Korea is compared to Europe or your home country?
Maybe we can narrow this question down to something.
that is true. Use a lot of transportation here, so maybe let's compare the transportation.
The subway is obviously, without a doubt, is the better in Korea.
Okay.
These trains, I mean, we don't have this supersonic trains. I was surprised that even the doors are numbered, so you have the numbers of the doors and you can navigate. Yeah, right. You can navigate them.
Yeah. So another point that is important for travelers here is security. So do you feel secure? How secure do you feel like Korea is?
Pretty secure. I haven't tried to leave my stuff somewhere or my phone on the table and go somewhere, but I don't feel scary at night. We are going to the subway, we're walking outside, and I don't even expect somebody can approach me and do something bad for me. And I never saw a single policeman or something, so it's kind of, this security is kept in some other way. Maybe from the security cameras, which I also haven't seen yet. Maybe they are kind of hidden.
This is quite subjective from person to person, but do you feel Korea is cheap?
Yeah, so far for it is, yeah. Yesterday we've been at a restaurant and a plate for two. It was quite affordable. Probably even the same amount of food we ordered probably could be even more expensive in country where I'm currently living.
In the future, would you consider living in Korea? You can.
I was thinking about that before visit here when I watched the videos about Korea. So there are so many pros of living here. But there are also something that don't really like. Should I tell?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
The thing that disturbed me a lot is the society is quite intolerant to your failures, I guess. Maybe it's related only if you're famous or something, but
that's true. Yeah,
it's true. So if you're just a regular, average Joe, you can do anything.
I would say the cancel culture is quite big in Korea. I would say that too.
It's not really for me. This kind of keeps me away from making my mind and decision. Other than that, I think anything else.
So I hope you guys have a great travel here in Korea, and thank you so much for the interview.
Yeah, you're welcome. And thank you. 감사합니다.
Thank you guys so much for the interview. Can you briefly introduce yourself, like your name, your nationality?
I'm Charlene. I'm half American, half German from Berlin, Germany, Berlin.
Okay.
I'm from Germany, Berlin too. Selena, only German.
Okay. Can I quickly ask you how you came to Korea, how you found about Korea?
To be honest, K-pop.
Okay.
We wanted to learn more about the culture.
And because it was so beautiful here, nature and the culture, all, we came back.
Right.
Yeah.
I think you said that you only been here one time, and she's been here five.
I'm fine.
5. I'm sorry for
My second time.
Second time, 5 time.
Yes.
What's your favorite thing in Korea, in all that travel?
Food, delicious. Yeah. I like the cute stuff. We don't have this in Germany. The shops, for example, the other sauce.
Right. What's your favorite Korean food then?
Tteokbokki.
Tteokbokki.
I would say also the food and the nature is here very beautiful. I really love banana milk. We don't have really good banana milk in Germany.
Banana milk.
Banana milk.
Cute.
It's really good here.
Is that your favorite food?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I understand
Banana.
why. A lot of Koreans love it. I love it too.
Yeah,
can't get
it's,
it.
it's
In Germany.
Really?
No.
It's in Germany. It's more chemical, so I don't.
I would say Germany is a really well-developed country. So compared to Germany, how developed do you think Korea is?
There are way more in the future, electronic and other stuff. When it comes to internet as well. You have 5G here. This kind of far behind.
And also all the gimmicks you have, so like charging your phone everywhere or something, or toilets everywhere for free. We don't have something like this. We have to pay for going to toilet.
True.
And it's clean.
It's
Clean. Everywhere. Not in Germany.
So, what do you think is Korea's strongest point, if it has any?
I like the respect against elder people.
Okay.
This is nice. We don't have this.
So, I'm just curious. In Germany, do they have seats for elders in the subway?
No.
Not at all.
Not for pregnant, not for elders, nothing.
Okay, so it's just all regular seats
Yes,
that anyone can see?
No one
Yes.
is standing up or anything. So
Really?
everyone can see it.
there's no
First
respect.
comes, serve, first saves.
Do you think it's better to have those elderly seats in Korea?
Yeah, of course.
So we talked a lot about a lot of good things about Korea. So what do you think is Korea's weakest point?
Maybe you can't get in contact so easily with people from here, so you have to stay with your friends and
So you like to make more Korean friends, but it is hard.
yeah.
To get contact with
So the
them.
contact.
We are not
It's-
searching or
Yeah.
anything, but in Germany, if someone's smiling at you, you can talk to him freely.
Okay.
But here, no one is
ask
smiling.
questions. Ask questions like a good
How was your
spot we
day?
can get or something like this.
Right. So I think my last question would be, would you consider living in Korea?
No,
Not at all? Okay.
no. When it comes to healthcare, we get everything free, for example. And here, I guess you have to pay for everything. Or you have something like healthcare here.
Yeah, we do have healthcare. And we actually, Korea is known for its cheap medical services.
This is true.
Really?
I had something with my teeth, and this was really cheap.
Like I said before, as a foreigner, you are more closed out. So I think for a visit here, it's cool, it's beautiful. But to live here,
Everything is
the contact is
Right.
not there.
Yeah. Right. Thank you so much for the interview, guys. And I hope you have a great travel.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So thank you so much for doing this. And can you briefly introduce yourself?
Yes, my name is Valeria and I am go to Mexico, 28 years old.
Okay. So are you traveling here in Korea right now?
Yeah,
Okay. So how long have you been in Korea so far?
for 10 days.
For 10 days. So in those 10 days, what was your impression of Korea?
I think it's a different culture, totally different about Mexico because I think the people here is more cold than Mexico. In Mexico, when you say that, oh, I can help you or I can explain the different places, and here, no, it's most cool the people. All the people help me when I can understand the subway or different things. Only for that.
So you think people are more distant
Yeah.
from each other compared to Mexico?
Yeah, but
So-
it's not bad. But yeah, I think was a different impression about Korea because in different videos or different Korean people in Mexico is more friendly than here.
Compared to your own country, Mexico, do you think Korea is well developed?
Yeah, it's more developed because I had more technology than Mexico. I can see, for example, in the security is more developed than Mexico because in Mexico it's not possible stay alone in the street. It's impossible.
Yeah.
Put your things in a table and go. Because your things disappear. But I think the most thing that I like here is the security in the nights or in the street. I think was incredible.
Okay.
In Myeongdong, for example, I have the phone, my wallet, cards, money in the hands. I end up, and in Mexico that's not possible. If you have to phone and the wallet and the cards disappear.
I do think it's in most of the countries that's the case. So what do you think is weakest point? Yeah.
Maybe the food.
Food.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not similar to Mexico. In Mexico, the food is has more variety.
Yeah, I do love Mexican cuisine.
Yeah, but it's not similar. I see a Mexican restaurant here, and it's not similar.
Oh, okay. So these days, there are many taco places keep popping up. It's not similar.
No, sorry, but it's not a real
Yeah.
Mexican food.
Have you tried tacos here or like anything?
Yeah, I tried tacos, burritos, and it's not similar. Sorry. It's totally different.
Do you think Korea is cheap?
It's similar to Mexico. It's not as similar in the cost, but I think actually I see all my purchase,
Yeah.
and I think it's similar.
Okay. So thank you so much for the interview. I hope you have a great travel here.
Thank you.
Thank you.